Welcome to Link Live. I'll just let you introduce yourself very briefly, and then we'll start with the interview.
I'm Sunne Wright McPeak, President and Chief Executive Officer of the California Emerging Technology Fund.
Great. Can you tell us a little bit about the California Emerging Technology Fund?
The California Emerging Technology Fund has a mission to close the digital divide in California. We were directed to be established by the California Public Utilities Commission in 2005 when they approved the mergers of SBC, AT&T, and Verizon and MCI. And so we focus on outcomes. We're very mission driven to bring everyone in California both access to broadband and help them adopt the use of the technology.
The governor recently signed an executive order for the California Digital Literacy Initiative. Why is this an important step for California and its citizens?
So the California Emerging Technology Fund did a year's worth of analysis of the importance of digital literacy. We looked at what other countries are doing, we looked at what other states are doing in this country, and we decided it was important to plant the flag of California becoming digitally literate, that our students, our workers, our residents should all be able to use internet technologies, access the internet with high-speed broadband, and be able to navigate the internet. With that information and support from employers and stakeholders and legislators, we presented to the governor the opportunity to be a first in the nation by having California declare that it is our official policy to be digitally literate, and then to use all of the resources, all of the opportunities, and all of the programs that California as a state sponsors to promote digital literacy. This was, we think, a very timely action by Governor Schwarzenegger as well. At a time when across the nation, there's a concern about the loss of jobs, there's a concern about stimulating the economy, and the president has, as well as Congress, the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. We wanted California to say, as we were applying for those economic stimulus funds, we have already done the spade work in California to be a leader on digital literacy. I think that message did resonate in Washington, D.C., and it gave to our congressional delegation a lot of ammunition to go after California's fair share of funding.
Well, speaking of job growth and sort of some of the burgeoning sectors, including green jobs and health information technology, what impact do you think that these digital literacy skill programs will have on jobs in the new economy?
We know that digital literacy will be a great aid in increasing jobs. The data says if you can get your workers trained and the infrastructure exists, that there will be more capital that will flow to your community or to your state, and that in turn generates jobs. We know for the individual seeking a job that having computer skills, internet navigation skills, being digitally literate puts them ahead of the pack on top of the stack of applicants. If you are looking at any industry today, any employment sector, having digital literacy is almost an essential requisite for getting that job, but you're able to advance in the industry a lot more as you show proficiency with use of the computer, with being able to get information on the internet. So think about tourism as an example, which isn't usually classified as a high-tech industry, except that computers are used in every hotel, every restaurant, every tour company will use computers to program and plan for their customers. Even the restaurant and food industry relies on the computers and internet to advertise, so that someone using their iPhone or their personal digital assistant can get information about where are certain kinds of restaurants and how to get there. We know that California, in particular, competes globally by our ability to add value, add intelligence to every job or every classification in an industry. And that means being as productive as possible and being able to use information technologies to add that value.
Speaking of these workforce training programs, I know U.S. Vets, the Link Americas Foundation, and the California Emerging Technology Fund are working on a training program. How will this program be different than the traditional approaches that have been taken to training people in digital literacy skills or job skills generally?
This particular partnership of U.S. Vets and Link Americas Foundation and the California Emerging Technology Fund, I think is reminiscent of what John Naisbitt talked about in 1982 with megatrends. It is both high tech and high touch. It is high tech in the sense of training workers, very high priority workers in our communities, our veterans who have already served their nation, and it's now appropriate for their nation to serve them by giving them access to 21st century skills. It is, yes, high tech and training for those workforce jobs, but it is also using the technology to actually be able to provide the training. So courses will be online and can be taken at someone's own pace and within their schedule. It can be taken from a remote location. There will be assistance with curriculum to allow the person being trained to go back and focus on the area of proficiency they need the most help in. It will also be able to integrate resources for training across distances and make them available online. So using high tech to train for high tech jobs is a way to make this a much more efficiently delivered service for workforce training. On the other hand, it is also high touch because by using the partnering of the veterans organizations, Link Americas Foundation, and CETF, we are able to integrate a whole lot of resources and have access to additional resources that any one of us on our own cannot do. So it is indeed a high-tech, high-touch partnership that not only is going to be more effective, but it's going to be much more efficient in delivering training to our veterans.
Well, thank you for that overview. Those programs sound remarkable. For our viewers' information, what's the best website for them to visit to get more information about the California Emerging Technology Fund?
I think it's best if they go to our own site, which is cetfund.org. So cetfund.org for the California Emerging Technology Fund will provide all the information they need, including some job opportunity. So we hope that we have a lot of visitors.
Well, thank you so much for your time. That was a great overview, a lot of good information for our viewers, and thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.